the hook and nothing else don't face me. Can you be my one and only sunshine baby? If no maybe, hey baby.
Sipping on chamomile, watching boys and girls in the sex appeal. With a stranger in my face who says he knows my mom and went to my high school. All the boys say, hey baby, hey baby, hey. Girls say, girls say, hey baby, hey baby, hey. Hey baby, baby, hey baby, hey. Boys say, hey baby, hey baby, hey.
Can you be my one and only sunshine lady?
Hey baby, hey baby, hey. Girls say, hey baby, hey baby, hey.
When you watch your hips, you know that it's amazing.
Hey baby, hey baby, hey. Boys say, hey baby, hey baby, hey. Boys get the girls on the back.
Z100 New York's #1 hit music station. Good morning, I'm Scotty V. It's the best of Elvis Duran and the Z Morning Zoo. I'll do Alanis Morissette's Hands Clean for you next hour. And speaking of, she'll be at the Virgin Megastore Times Square along with Cubby this Tuesday afternoon. He'll be broadcasting live. Anyone can go. We got your special Z100 VIP passes. Shelley Wade will do that for you just after 11 o'clock this morning. Z100.
Since you came around, now you wanna see what's going down. Trying to tell me how you want my time. Trying to tell me how I'm on your mind. See, it never had to be this way. You should've never played the games you played. Now I'm seeing that you're kinda lame, knowing how the situation changed. Funny, baby, that you want me when you had me. Love is crazy. Now I can smile and say, ain't you funny? Funny, baby, that you want me when you had me. Love is crazy. I'm gonna smile and say, ain't you funny? I remember how you walked away, even when I tried to call your name. See, at first I didn't understand. Now you're looking like a lonely man. I remember how you did me wrong. Now you're hurting 'cause my love is gone. Everybody gets a chance to burn. You can take it as a lesson learned. Funny, baby, that you want me when you had me. Love is crazy. Now I can smile and say, ain't you funny? Funny, baby, that you want me when you had me. Love is crazy. I'm gonna smile and say, funny, I got my boyfriend. He's not your girlfriend. Maybe we can
the zoo on Z100.
Close the door button is not connected.
That's right.
So
it's
you
not.
were testing it, huh?
I'm telling you, the open the door button works beautifully.
But the close the door button is not working.
Not
But
working.
you know, sometimes you have to hit it like 6 times. You know, like you hit it.
You know
Come
what?
on, close.
But
and
that's
you
the
keep hitting
same amount of time that lapses, that will lapse, as
That's
if you
not
didn't
good.
push the button
Because
at
I guess Mr. Elevator doesn't want people to get smashed in there.
And then the person comes into the elevator and they see the button is lit up for door close. And then you
No,
look
there's no light on the door
Oh,
close
yes,
button.
there is. Yes,
I've
there
never
is.
seen that scary.
No, I don't think so, Scare.
But what you do is if they catch you pushing the closed door button, just say, oh, no, I meant to push the door open button.
Oh, you know, I can never tell which one is which.
The arrows go the other way. The thing about the door closing is if you're in there, the doors will open if you're between the doors, usually. Now, if you work for an elevator company, maybe Otis, the Cadillac of elevators.
That is.
Can tell us whether or not the door close button actually works.
Yeah, is it really connected? Does that really work? I don't think it does.
I'll tell you, Elvis, me and Scary live in a high-rise apartment, and I've tried it so many times because there's so many little kids that get on the elevators.
Right.
And they love to push all the buttons, push this button. And they stop at all those floors. So I always hit that button. It never works.
Never
Never,
closes.
ever.
This is a scam.
It is a scam.
This is an outrage.
Oh, wait,
completely
now, we
agree.
don't know for sure. You two guys are just saying this has been your experience.
Well,
It's not connected, Bill.
I'm
But
on
we
Elvis's
need to-
side.
Well, hey, you know, just perception is not always reality.
You know, I'm good with someone.
Obviously, you were on the take.
No,
elevator-
I am trying to
elevator
recall,
organization.
and I think I can recall moments when the elevator doors just simply did not close, and I stood there, and I stood there, and I stood there, and finally I pushed the close door button, and then they closed.
But you know
is
what?
true.
It just so happens that the
Yeah.
time had elapsed and you
Right.
pushed it as they would have closed
Exactly.
it.
That's right.
Well,
I'm glad
I can't
someone-
dispute you. I mean, you know, I hope somebody does call and tells us.
You know, I hope we
What
don't
the
lose
story
a
is
friendship
here.
over this, John Bell, because I'm telling you.
I'm feeling pretty sore about it right now.
Bill?
Yes,
Bill, have you experienced this?
yeah, I have. I used to work on elevators years ago.
Okay, now, was the closed door button, did it work?
Some of them are definitely not connected. But,
You see?
Uh-oh.
but if you do close the door close button and the floor that you want to go on at the same exact time, some
Yeah.
elevators, the door will
Yes.
close at a faster time.
Remember, we learned that in our old studios. If you
Yeah.
push the closed door elevator and the floor you want to go to at the same time, then it would close. It's our little secret, Bill, and you let it all out.
Oh, I'm sorry now.
Hold on one second. Okay, Pete, now you're an elevator mechanic, right? Now, have I caught you red-handed?
What do you mean?
I'm telling you, the elevator door close button, it never closes the elevator.
He says it's disconnected. It
Well,
doesn't even work.
It's connected if you run the car like on independent.
Oh, yeah. If you have
And it's connected for fireman service if you use the car for an emergency.
Right.
So if the elevator has like a door guy controlling all the floors, then it works.
Right.
But
the
what if
guy's
it's just
running the
us?
car- right. If he's running the car like there's a key to, switch
Right.
it over, then
Right.
if he's running the car, then it works.
But what if it's just Danielle on the elevator, and she doesn't have it on independent service, and she's not a fireman?
She's just pushing, floor 27.
And if she pushes the closed door button, does it
Oh.
work?
About 80 to 90% do not work.
Well, Pete, then why have it on there?
Yeah. Why advertise?
It's there for a reason. It's there for the fireman service. It's there for independent.
There
Well,
she's
then,
at.
well, then, hell, time out, Pete.
Like
Why
some
not?
residential buildings,
Pete.
small buildings, they'll
Yeah.
have it working.
Pete. Most of these elevators have a little thing on there that says fireman's key or something like that for a use of fire. Why not put that on the door close button if it's only for the fireman?
That's right.
Like a little fireman's hat.
Yeah. Why are they misleading us?
That's not what it's for. What happens is, a lot of people are rude. They would close the door on people.
Well, that's
That's
what
what
we're
Elvis
talking
is
about
trying to
here.
do.
We want to be rude, Pete.
Put a little stipulation there. Only used in emergencies.
We want a private elevator, and we're not going to have it as long as you don't connect that button. It is just, hold on, Pete, we're going to
Not
send you a
right.
T-shirt. Yeah, scary.
I'll tell you where it does work, and I know this for a fact. The path train. Because if the elevators do not close unless you press that button.
But we're talking about like 90%.
Yeah, it's kind of
of
the office
elevator.
buildings and
Residential
apartment buildings and
Okay.
things like that.
But it
Exactly.
does work on the path.
All right. But you know what? This leads to another question. Now, Jennifer?
Yep.
Jennifer, we have now established live on the radio with millions of listeners listening that the closed door button rarely works.
Right.
Okay, now, what is
Wow.
it? What button are you questioning?
When you're trying to cross the street, you push that button to get your light to turn green, that never works.
Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on just a darn minute here.
Completely agree.
That's another scam.
Yep. Wait just a cotton picking minute.
That never
Wait a
works.
minute now. I have used those buttons.
Exactly.
And I push the button and it doesn't happen instantly.
Right? You have to wait.
But what's
What do you gotta wait for?
They just want you
until
to
it cycles through or something.
They just want you to think you have a say.
Oh, come on.
You don't have a say.
If
That's
those
right.
buttons worked, you would screw up the coordination of all the traffic lights around.
No, it's
then.
only certain corners. They put them usually where there's a school or there is a senior citizen home or something.
No,
I
which one-
agree
like
with
in front of my
Jennifer.
house.
I was going to say, which one were you coming out of? No, but Belle, they're just doing that just so you think you have a say.
That's
Well,
right.
suppose some old lady pushed the button and you just started across the street. She'd be run over.
I'm telling you, it's going to change. It's going to give you a walk sign eventually, and they know it's going to happen.
It lets you feel like
You guys
you're
are
calling
so
it sooner.
cynical.
All right,
True.
thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for exposing these
Yes.
peeps.
Right on, Jennifer.
Thank you. I'm telling you. Line 8. Let's see. Hello, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, why do we have the close the door button on the elevator and the let's cross the street now button on the sidewalk?
For the elevators, I think it's like a psychological thing
Yep,
that people think the elevator is going faster if they have the closed door behind.
exactly. They want you.
Oh, Joe, you need a psychological test or something.
no, Joe's
Come
right.
on.
No. I'm serious because before, when they had no numbers on the top of the elevator,
Yeah.
the psychologist says that everybody said the elevator is going slow. The elevator is going slow.
Exactly.
And then they put the numbers on the elevator, and
And it makes you think it's going fast.
yes, and everybody thought the elevator was going faster. But
Very good,
actually,
Joe.
The elevator was going the same speed.
See, Joe, you understand.
So, so that people think that the elevator is
All right.
going faster, but it isn't.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. You're a man of high integrity, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Scary. Line 10.
Boy,
It's
I'm
Courtney.
telling you.
Yes, Courtney. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, you know, we're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore because I'm telling you, this is crap.
I agree.
Well, let me tell you, those lights that you use to, you press the button and you walk across the street.
Yeah, you push the button so they'll change the light for you.
Right. They're not supposed to work. They're only supposed to let the light know that someone's walking across the street to stay red, green, or whatever it is to benefit you.
Well, we know that, but we don't think it actually tells anything to anyone. We don't think it's connected.
It's
Yes,
laughing at
and
us.
it just doesn't change when you press the button.
No, we know that. That's nothing new. But
Oh, you mean if it's already green and you press it, it gives you a little extra time?
Right.
nah, it's a scam. You know, Courtney, I want to agree with you, and I like you as a person, but I just cannot agree with you.
No, wait a minute. It says press button to cross.
Exactly.
Right, it does say that.
So it's not just to extend it. It's supposed to take when you have that don't walk sign, it's supposed to change it to a walk.
But it doesn't
I'm
do
only
that,
telling you
though.
what the fireman told me.
Well,
He lied to you.
he's full of it.
Are you telling me that some city official has installed these buttons all over town just to mess with our
They
heads?
look
Yes.
pretty.
You know what? Now people are calling up about other things. Jen wants to know if there really is an airplane attendant
Of
button.
course there is. It goes ding and it lights up when you push it.
Yeah, that's in your head, Belle. Laugh a little bit.
Laugh a little bit with the morning zoo.
There's so much that we have to share. Where there's a smile.
Our show is there. Come on.
Laugh a little bit.
Laugh a little bit with the morning zoo.
Elvis Duran and the Z100 Zoo.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man's sleep. But you can't escape my love.
Hey, this is Alicia Keys.
This is Jay-Z.
Hi, we're in sync. Z100.
New York's #1 hit music station.
WATZ, New York City, where hit music lives.
Under another sky, I'm gonna be with you, and no one's gonna be around. If you think that you can fall
spell upon your heart. No matter what you think, it won't be too long till you're in my arms. Underneath the starlight, we'll be lost in the rhythm so right. Feel it steal your heart tonight. You can try to resist, try to hide from my kiss, but you know that you can't go like deep in the dark to surrender your heart. But you know that you can't go like no, you can't fight it. No matter what you do, the night is gonna get to you. Sometimes you're never gonna win. Underneath the starlight, there's a magical feeling so right. It will steal your heart tonight. You can try, but you know that you can't go like deep in the dark to surrender your heart. But you know that you can't go like no. You can stand the resistance from the kiss, but you know that you can't go like deep in the dark to surrender your heart. But you know that you can't go like no. You can't fight it. You can try to resist, try to hide from my kiss, but you know that
Z100, New York's number one hit music station. Good morning, just past 7 o'clock in New York City. I'm Scotty B. This is the best of Elvis Duran and the Z Morning Zoo. And starting Monday morning at 6 and 11 a.m., then 4 and 7 p.m., listen to Z100 for the Z Payoff song and your chance to win cash. There's a helpful hint for you. If you're not a Z VIP, sign up now. It's free at Z100.com.
Don't be tripping when you see us in the club. Just show a little love, represent your side. I ain't range round here. If you stick, you catch a hot one. My shot, a couple of them got one. Belvedere in the rear of the club, pulled up on dubs, and we about to go and buy the bar up. So for sure we ain't playing, hang with no lames, walk insane. Where the party at? Girls is on the way with a Bacardi at. Yes we do. Bottles and models talking all of that. No, I can't forget about my love. Where the party at? And all my girls. Where the party at? Up in the club. Where the party at? If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 all the girls in the club in their best outfit, just showing that skin, trying to make it on the spit. Where you been, girl? You and your friend, you can come to the back, we got it locked down. Your white t-shirt or a three-piece suit, don't matter what you wear, all that matters is who you with. Some jiggy, some straight private, all up in the club just to have a good time. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way with a Bacardi at. Bottles and models talking all of that. No, I can't forget about my love. Where the party at? And my girl. Where the party at? Where the party at? If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 party's where you're at.
Where that party at? 30. Someone wears freaking right around 1:30. Never get that too early, coming as is. Do rags and Timbs, I'm rolling fast is. This little Jag and Benz with the rose, not the one with the stem, the one with the rim, the one that seem to make more enemies than friends. I'm sliding in past those, both eyes closed, both arms rose, both charms rose with the SOSODE.F. Buying auto, up to the ain't none left. I'm quick to go left. I plays with no rep. I jams more than death, baby. Show me the club. I'm like, hey, whatever car they at, come and mix it with the crisp, baby. What's wrong with that? We in the VIP twisted, downright spiffy. Two way it. Ooh, you make it like you missed it.
Come on. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way with a Bacardi at. Bottles and bottles talking all of that. No, I can't forget about my love.
Where the party at?
And all my girls.
Where the party at?
Off in the club.
Where the party at?
If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 come on. The party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 come on. The party's where you're at, and let me know. Left side, just put your hands up, throw 'em up. Right side, just put your hands up, throw 'em up. Everybody put your hands up, throw 'em up. When the beat comes back around, everybody do it again. East side, run this mother for ya. Hell yeah. Do my south side, run this mother for ya. Hell yeah. And the haters ain't getting on. Ain't talking about that they look like the party's where you're at, let me hear you say.
Z100 is playing the best of the zoo. Elvis Duran and the Z Morning Zoo. Condensed on Z100.
We love Elvis's list. We love Elvis's list. We love Elvis's list. On Z100 today. Yay!
You know what, this summer you need to read a book at the beach, but the problem is you don't need a big thick book, you need a thin book, because you have other things to do on the beach other than read the book. So, we're looking for the world's thinnest books.
Thinnest books.
Apparently, these books don't have a lot of meat, they're just very thin.
Much to be said.
Like Beauty Secrets by Janet Reno. A very thin book.
Okay, now I get the idea.
Things I Love About Bill by Hillary Clinton. Also for reading at the beach, very thin book. Things I Can't Afford by Bill Gates.
Yes.
Amelia Earhart's Guide to the Pacific Ocean. Very short book.
Nice. That's not nice.
No, but not all reading is nice. You of all people know that. How about this one? A little thin. Oh, this is like 2 pages long, a thin book for the beach. Detroit, a travel guide. Here's another thin book for the beach. Everything Men Know About Women. Everything Women Know About Men. Another thin, tiny book for the beach. All the Men I've Loved Before by Ellen DeGeneres.
Thin book, yeah.
To All the Girls I've Loved Before by Richard Simmons. These are thin books. You could read all of these in one day, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Another really small, thin book, Mike Tyson's Guide to Dating Etiquette. The Amish Phone Directory.
Yeah, that would be thin.
They have one of those at all.
Very thin, yeah, they have that. And finally,
Oh,
that's my favorite.
a very thin book, I Do by Darva Conger.
he's waiting for a laugh here.
Elvis's list. We love Elvis's list. We love Elvis's list. On Z100 today. Yay!
Yes, John Bell, what do you have over there?
Oh, I don't have any, to tell you the truth.
Oh, no, I can see you looking for them over there.
Scary was coming up with some insulting books
Yeah,
about
Scary did have
before,
some insulting
Christine.
books over there.
It's Friday. I was just looking.
Yeah.
won't
Scary
tell
had,
you what it was.
Scary had one earlier, Acting Like a Butch He-Man by Elvis Duran. What is up with that? That's not nice.
That's not a nice book.
That is. That's terrible.
Yeah, Scary.
Oh, insult or compliment, hard to weigh.
Gosh.
What else you got there?
Aren't the calls coming in saying how much they loved your list?
Oh, look, here's one now. Hello, Caroline. How are you?
Hey, I loved your list, Elvis. I'm driving to